Hi guys, what's poppin'? It's Dr. Josh, and I got one of my personal grails in the house today. As you can see, this is the Venom bust bucket from Venom The Last Dance, released in 2024. I just picked this guy up on eBay, and I'm not gonna bury the lead. I love this thing. I actually got a really good deal on it too. But it turns out when a bucket goes for cheaper than it should, sometimes there's a good reason. To find out why, follow me to the lab. Let's start with the only downside. This thing is absolutely awesome, but completely impractical for popcorn use. This is because not only is the head hollow, but the entire torso is as well, which means, wait for it, good luck cleaning it. In addition to this, even though it can hold a large amount of popcorn, if you stick your arm too far down the Venom's throat, you might actually scratch your arm pretty badly because of how sharp some of his teeth are. I mean, that's what I did when I was preparing this review. Now, to be fair, I was trying to see how big of a problem it was, so as long as you're careful, this is not really that big of an issue. But it did leave white stretch marks on my skin. Now, there's no manufacturer on this thing, and only a little bit of very tasteful branding on the bottom, which means we don't know whether or not this thing is dishwasher safe. But because the inside of the mouth and the tongue are rubbery, I would just be more comfortable leaving this thing out of the dishwasher and treating it like most other popcorn buckets. Hand wash only. Beyond that, let's get to X Factor. This is absolutely how you do a head bucket. The pose has drama and motion, the figure itself is iconic, and like I said, the tongue is really kind of gross in a fun way, rubbery and red. Even the inside of Venom's mouth, where his soft palate would be, is not just a black shell. It's the same color as the rest of his mouth. I mean, how cool would it have been to sit with this on your lap in the theaters and eat your popcorn out of Venom's mouth as he snarls up at you? But the real unique beauty of this bucket is something that a lot of head buckets are missing, and that is mountability. In the future, you'll be able to see this guy behind me mounted on the wall. And the only thing I needed to do to accomplish this was stick a bit of 3M heavy-duty double-sided tape on the bottom, and presto, he's up there and he looks wonderful. In fact, I wish more head buckets presented well when they were hung horizontally on a wall. So as you can see, for my particular use, the X Factor is absolutely out of this world. Not unlike Venom himself. Finally, I've deliberately saved quality for last, because there is a slight flaw here and I want you guys to know about it. It's also probably the reason I got this bucket for $50 when most places online it's going for $70. If you look close, you can see that this bucket is very clearly composed of two distinct pieces that split Venom's face and torso down the middle. And the rubbery tongue and mouth lining must have been added after the outer bucket was assembled. Now, normally this type of design would not be a problem, but because there is not enough internal support on the bucket itself, the two halves can tend to shear apart. And unfortunately, this bucket is not only cracked from the shearing, but it's also completely misaligned at the base. Additionally, because it was constructed out of two pieces, there are two very obvious sprue attachment points, one on each of Venom's shoulders, that do ruin the paint job a little bit. Now, I want to be clear, the seller was very honest. They did have pictures of all this on the listing. I just wasn't paying attention when I ordered it. And even though there are those issues, because this is going to be a wall-mounted bucket, people are only going to see it from a distance, so I'm very happy to have it, especially for the price I paid. Well, that's the review, guys. Like I said, one of my personal favorite buckets, and I'm so glad to have it. Thanks again for being part of my community. This is Josh, saying enjoy the movies.